Whose behaviors do I really like? Whose behaviors do I really like? That I wish that was mine. I wish I had this person's behavior as a part of my ongoing process. I wish I had this person's that behavior as a part of my ongoing process. Whose behaviors I would like, I really like, I admire that behavior and I wish it was mine. Like if today you could update your software, what new behavior would you like to put in? Like, do you like to put in Microsoft Word or Google Docs? When we can decide for a machine, I'm sure you can decide for yourself. Like, I want to put in Zoom and not Teams. Or I want to use WhatsApp and not Signal. I want to download Signal, but I don't want to use it. In which context will that behavior make sense to my life? In which context will that behavior make sense to my life? In which context will that behavior make sense to my life? Next question. Make a list of 5 or 10 people you really admire in your life. Make a list of 5 or 10 people you really admire in your life. Make a list of 5 or 10 people you really admire in your life. And look at all walks in life. Maybe in your building, maybe in your school group, maybe in your ex-management college, maybe somewhere else. Make a list. Maybe in this group. Maybe in the last workshop I attended, there was this one gentleman whom I really fell in awe of, Make a list. The people you are in awe of, there is genius in them. And we're going to decode that genius. Make a list. And don't stop with this list, okay? And I would like to share 2 things before you complete this list. The first is, this list can be of people who are imaginary. It could be Spider-Man. It could be, you look at Spider-Man and you say, boy, I like something of Batman. I like something of Joker. I really like something of Joker. That can be on your list. Or you can say, I like something of Mother Teresa, the dead, of Nelson Mandela, of the gone. The list can comprise of fantasy. The list can comprise of the dead. The list can comprise of the guy next door. The list can comply of somebody genius like Winfrey Oprah, Tony Robbins. The list can be created of imaginary, fictional, sci-fi, novel characters which just doesn't exist. Like Paulo Coelho calls as the Brida, the Witch of Portobello, Veronica Decides to Die. And these characters can be your model. You say, wow, I love the Magus. I'm in awe of that character sketch that he's made. These are all geniuses. Make a list. Make a list. That's rule 1. The first step of modeling is to find that genius. And hello, genius is not restricted to the famous. The society has told us that the famous is the genius. But there is genius next door. There's genius in your grandfather. There's genius in your mother. There is genius in all of us. If there is anybody who does something so amazingly that's blown you off, then that's the genius for you. Maybe you just like that there's a conflict going to happen in the society, and how suddenly this lady walks in and she controls something over there, or just with her mere presence, that explicit conflict which was supposed to happen just doesn't happen. She's got that in her, and she has always succeeded in dismissing conflicts. I want to learn that. I want to learn that. There's this guy who comes in, and whenever there is conflict, he can just dissolve conflict. I want to learn that. I want to learn that. These are small genius, and genius comes in small packets, and genius comes in big packets. Like, I have a dream, Martin Luther King. That's a big packet dream. That's a big packet genius. But also genius comes in small packets. The secretary of your society who could just evade the conflict. The guy who always gets favors and discounts very easily, even without asking. How does he do it? Like, how does he do it? I really want to learn that. I go and ask the same vendor, but I don't get it. But he just goes and he gets it even without asking. How does he do it? That's genius. Genius comes in all sizes and packets. That's step one of genius, okay? What's the first step of modeling? Get the model for you. That's step one. Get the model.